Welcome to my podcast. Today I'm going to talk about general approach to psychiatric cases. So in general, whenever you get a patient, after you introduce yourself and double check the patient name and date of birth, and if they are really responding to you and engaging. Otherwise, you will ask by asking, how do you feel today? So this is basically just to check their mood. Also, in order to check if their memory is fine, you can ask to confirm their name and their age, and if they are aware where they are now and who brought them. And you can ask them where they live and what's their address and whom they live with. So this is basically to just check about their memory. Also, you need to ask about if they have any support, like, for instance, if they have any close friend or family or a spouse. Also, how are they doing financially, and if they have any issue with the law, and how they are coping, and how's their life, generally speaking. Also, from that, you will ask about any known allergy, any past medical history, any medication they are taking, and from there you can ask about if they are drinking alcohol, and how much do they drink, and whom they drink with, and if they mix the drink with anything else, and where they drink. Is it at a social gathering? Is it in their own dwelling? And ask them if they exceeded the limit and how much they do drink usually. And ask them if they have thought about ways to stop that, if they have any thought about that. And if they say so, you could ask about basically if they stopped, what sort of feeling they would have, any physical symptom, for instance, like, for instance, diarrhea, vomiting, itching. Also, you'll ask about the amount they can drink to deliver and get the same effect, or if they need to increase it each time to get the same effect. And also if they can't function basically in that day without drinking at all. So that's basically you touch upon about tolerance, withdrawal, and dependence, generally speaking, in regard the alcohol. And from that you will ask them how do they feel when people around them, if they criticize their drinking, for instance, or if they have any sort of guilt at all, and if it's the first thing they do once they wake up from their sleep. And then you will ask just to see if they have any voices in their head, for instance, commanding them to do anything, and if they have any auditory, which is basically hearing some voices as well, or someone they talk to. Also ask them if they have, basically there are three things that we need to prop in about schizophrenia, which is thought broadcasting, thought insertion, and thought withdrawal. So basically the patient will tell you that whenever I have an idea, everyone can read that, or if they have this sort of people whereby they insert or put stuff in their head and command them what they need to do, or if they have the thought withdrawal, which is basically it's like someone steal or pull the idea in their head. So basically that's the main 3 points in regard to schizophrenia. And usually in those kind of cases, they might have issue in the family, so you need to ask about any family history of known psychiatric problem, and what sort of medication they are taking, and for how long, and if there is any side effect. And if the patient says that they hear voices or something in their head. So you could ask them how many voices do they hear, and what they are telling them exactly, and if there is any specific time of the day whereby they hear those voices, and ask them if they have any thing that would upset them or make them feel bad, or if they have any thought about self-harm in any way. And if they told you that, yes, I did once or twice or whatever, so ask them, how did you plan for that? Did you write that, for instance, in a piece of paper? Did you inform anyone about it? Have you tried at all? Did you prepare the tools to do so? And also ask them, what do they do for a living, if they are studying or if they are working, how they are coping so far. And also ask them, because sometimes they have, and generally speaking in psychiatry, sometimes some patients, they might have delusion, or they might feel that they have a specific or a special power, and they feel like they're very important, which is sense of grandeur. So all of that you need to inquire about. And if, for instance, they tell you, oh, the police, they are plotting them, or they brought them, so you might ask, why do you think the police is following you or stalking you? And try to, try to comfort the patient if he's feeling unsafe or insecure. Tell them that he's in a safe place hereby, and you can talk freely to you. Also ask the patient if he had any, like for instance, any weapon, like for instance a knife or a gun on them. So all of that you need to just inquire, just to have an idea about the whole issue. And then ask the patient if he had any previous history of admission with the same problem, and also what sort of medication did he take, or if he's taking currently. Also, you need to ask about their social status, whom they are living with, and if there is any insight about the whole situation. And if they are aware and have an insight about the issue anyway. And also you need to comfort the patient whenever at any stage felt that he's unsafe and he's worried, so just try to comfort them, and ask if there is any sort of changes in a sensation, for instance, in their body, and how they are coping, generally speaking, and how's their sleep like, and ask them if they felt the need to take some steps to protect themselves when they have those sort of voices, or if they felt that they need to protect themselves, so they might have this weapon like knife or a gun, just to protect themselves. And ask them about if they have any issue in the past, and if they are taking, for instance, any sort of drugs like alcohol, cannabis, cocaine, heroin, any of that. And once you ask it all of that, you try to see, basically you are trying to establish if the patient is oriented, is responding to you, if he's safe enough. And according to that, you will apply the sectioning, which basically there are 4. So according to that, you will judge and see how things can be taken forward. So that's basically just just briefing about psychiatric cases approach. And I just included schizophrenia and this station. Thank you.